Coming up on Hawk TV, we take a look at a freshman expressing herself through songwriting,
an LISD initiative to start conversations about important issues concerning students,
and a senior volleyball player's bright future.
This is Hawk TV for Friday, September 13th.
Good morning, Hebron High School. I'm Michelle Yu.
And I'm Ava Caballero Roma. Autism is a condition that creates challenges with social skills, behavior, and can create learning delays. But freshman Victoria Lang doesn't let her disorder stop her from pursuing what she loves, music. Ellery Lyles got to take a look into her story.
It is estimated that autism affects 1 in every 59 children in the United States. Lang was diagnosed with autism at a very young age. Lang's mother, Lucinda Chen, explains what it felt like when she first got her daughter's diagnosis.
Victoria was diagnosed with autism at age 2, and that was a huge surprise to me and pretty much changed my life. She was my only child, and before she came, I never heard of this word autism. But since then, it rocked my world.
Lang says that she has a difficult time adjusting to social situations.
Because of my autism, my brain, it works differently than other typical kids' brains. Like, for example, I often in my own world, so it gives me a hard time to focus, and I also have trouble charming in a group of kids, knowing the right thing to say.
Chen explains that Victoria could not speak until she was 3 years old. Because of this language delay, she found another way for her daughter to communicate with others.
I wasn't sure that she was ever going to be able to speak, so I insisted that she would play piano, and because music is a universal language, it doesn't need to be translated.
This year, Lang composed and released her own song titled Like the Other Girls. Her song is about feeling alone and wishing she could be like the other typical kids around her. Lang says she wants the song to help others understand how she feels.
Well, in middle school, when I was 12 years old, I was feeling very lonely every single day, so I wanted to express myself, and I also hope to help other kids who are like me, and thanks to God, He gave me the gift to speak, because there are some kids on the autism spectrum who cannot speak.
Lang competed in the Arbor Creek Talent Show singing Like the Other Girls and won Grand Champion. She also performed in Hebron's Got Talent this past year and took home the People's Choice Award. She shares what she hopes people take away from listening to her perform her song.
When they hear the song, that they can have more compassion for special needs kids, because they come a long way just to get where they are. For example, they have therapy and doctor's appointments, and they work so hard just to sit next to typical kids at a regular school.
For most of her life, Lang struggled to show affection to people. With the help of therapy, she is now known as a very compassionate person.
I'm proud that I've learned to express myself and socialize with other people and show empathy.
Reporting for Hawk TV, I'm Ellery Lyles.
Thanks, Ellery. Lang will be featured on Channel 5 News on October 2nd at 6 p.m. if you want to learn more about her. The links to Lang's song, website, and Channel 5 News will be down below.
With homecoming approaching on September 28th, the following message will ensure you know everything to enjoy the event.
Why do you look so sad at homecoming?
Because no one asked me to be their date.
Four times a year, the Guidance Counseling Department holds an event known as the Whole Child Series, open to the LISD community. Parents and LISD staff meet to discuss issues concerning the student population. Sophia Mahmood got a chance to attend the fall meeting. The Whole Child Series fall meeting was about suicide awareness. Speaker Sierra Sanchez led the seminar by discussing suicide awareness, depression, and how to prevent self-harm.
We always just come into these presentations hoping that people will change the way that they think and talk about mental health, and that they would start to look at it as a priority, because we have students that are struggling. We even have teachers and parents that are struggling, and we want them to know that there is help and there is hope. And so we hope to provide that by giving them resources and information and knowledge.
Hebron Guidance Counselor Stacy Levitt says breaking the stigma and spreading awareness about mental health is vital.
It's always important to talk about the difficult subject matter. Some people are afraid of the topic of suicide, and we have to not have a stigma attached to it, and we have to be able to open and honestly communicate about the struggles that our teenagers face.
Sanchez says she hopes the staff and parents take away knowledge from her seminar and apply it.
I hope the guidance counselors see that the kids are more than their behaviors, that sometimes there are some underlying issues that are going on, and when we're willing to ask the deeper questions or go the extra mile, sometimes we can really build deeper connections.
Marcus Stein counselor Sarah Shaw and Sanchez say the entire Whole Child series makes a great impact in educating guidance counselors and parents.
We're sort of the gatekeepers, for lack of a better term, and so when we have an outcry, we need to know what to do. So seminars such as this really definitely helps.
I think it's a really great opportunity to give needed information to parents and teachers and administration and counselors.
Reporting for Hawk TV, I'm Sophia Mahmood.
The next Whole Child Series event will be on November 5th from 6 to 8, and they will discuss human trafficking. For more info, visit the www.lisd.net and search for Whole Child.
Recently, senior Nady Ouka Moore was ranked 31 out of 250 volleyball players on Prep Volleyball's Senior Aces list. Hania Qureshi got to take a look at Ouka Moore's future in the sport.
With only 4 years of experience in the sport, senior Nady Ouka Moore has committed to play volleyball at the University of Florida. Entering high school, Ouka Moore had no intention of playing until the persistence of a coach changed her mind.
There was this one coach, Coach Sokup. She was chasing me down during the 9th grade orientation. She said that you have to try out.
I think Coach Keeney and I were just talking, and then all of a sudden I saw Nady walk in, and I walk up to her. I'm like, hey, come over here to volleyball. I don't know if she made me sound like persistent, but I was pretty persistent. She's like, oh no, I just play basketball. And I was like, oh, I'm going to take a no for an answer on this one.
Ouka Moore says that Hebron volleyball has influenced her in a positive way.
I have a better work ethic. I really try hard with everything I do now, and especially with Hebron volleyball, they expect a lot from you, so it's really helped me become who I am right now.
Head coach Karen Keeney has seen great improvement in Ouka Moore's work ethic and leadership ability during her 4 years on the team.
She grew up a lot, and not just in her skills and her ability, but the way she tries to lead now, and the way she's controlling practice. Her attitude has changed. She's got a work ethic about her. She's got a drive about her that I didn't see a year ago, and it was really good to see. But it's just been really fun watching her go from didn't even know how to retract and get off the net to now being a force.
Both Sokup and Keeney see a player who's improved immensely over the years and cannot wait to see what the future holds for her.
I mean, it's something she should be really proud of herself that, I just saw a tall person walk in an 8th grade orientation, and she did everything else. So, I mean, she's a lot to be proud of herself about. It's kind of a neat story that if you put your mind to it, it really is, you can do it, which is pretty cool.
I hope that she'll go on and set a great example for the kind of kids that we produce here out of Hebron High School. I think she's going to surprise herself, but I'm really excited to watch that growth and everything from her.
Ouka Moore says she's prepared to show her skills to people who haven't seen her on the court.
Just ready to just show the world to see what I've become since I started 9th grade, because a lot of people still don't know who I am because I started late in the game. Most people have been playing since elementary, middle school, so it's good to get that kind of recognition.
Reporting for Hawk TV, I'm Hania Qureshi.
Thanks, Hania. Volleyball's next game will be at home tonight against Irving at 6:30.
Lunch is a great time to go to tutorials, go to clubs, and socialize with friends. But what would that look like without block lunch? I asked students what they need to do to ensure block lunch is here to stay. What lunch do you prefer, block lunch or ABCD lunch?
Block lunch.
I prefer block lunch.
Definitely block lunch.
Block lunch.
Block lunch.
Block lunch.
I prefer block lunch because we get to have more time with friends.
What's the way to maintain it?
Just go to tutorials and don't make the hallways a mess when it's open.
You gotta keep the trash clean, don't be acting like hooligans, don't run around the hallways.
Please clean up after yourselves.
Yeah, just don't act like a fool and be respectful to everyone. I guess stop playing tag in the hallways, pick up your trash, and remain nice with the APs and the teachers.
During block lunch, the upstairs academic hallway is open on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and the downstairs is open on Wednesdays and Fridays. Football had their first loss of the season against Arlington Martin, 14-33. Melissa Gonzalez takes a look at how the team is preparing to bounce back.
The football team has started the season 1-1 with a win against Plano and a loss against Arlington Martin. Junior Trent McCount and coach Brian Brazel say that their win against Plano gave the players confidence going into their game against Martin.
I was really excited, and I think that kind of affected us because we kind of got too hyped up and we didn't come down to earth.
We came out well prepared. I mean, they had a big kickoff return to start the game for us, but I think our game against Plano gave us a lot of confidence. And I think even though we lost the game 33-14 to Martin, we recognized the mistakes that we made and how we're going to be able to bounce back from them. Those are things that are very correctable. And Martin's got an excellent football team. They played really well, and but we know if we could have eliminated those 4 big miscues on special teams, that it's a completely different football game.
Although a tough opponent, Brazel says Hebron's defense and offense was effective against Martin.
They pretty well played how we expected them to play. I mean, I thought we did a really good job defensively shutting them down. They didn't really, against our defense, they had 3 field goals basically for the game. All the other points were off of offensive turnover that they took to the house. So we blocked a punt that they scored a touchdown on. They returned a kickoff for a touchdown. Another field goal was blocked. It set up their other field goal. So, I mean, outside of that, I mean, defensively we played really good. Offensively, we moved the ball very effectively. But it was just some of those special teams errors that really were the big things that cost us. But, I feel good about where we are, and we'll continue to improve.
McCown and junior Mason Williamson say that the team needs to manage their confidence going into games.
Good morale during the game. Always be excited to play. Don't get down on yourself.
A little bit. I feel like we got a little bit too big-headed, and Arlington Martin came out and they did their thing. And I feel like it kind of set us back and it kind of put us back in our place.
With their next game being against Keller Fossil Ridge, Brazel and Williamson say that the team needs to focus on themselves rather than on Keller.
Well, one of the things we always tell our kids, I mean, we're always going to play good opponents, so we don't ever really focus. We do watch the teams and all, but to us it's about focusing on what we need to do better each and every week and focus on us going out and preparing, because it is about what we do. It's not really about what our opponent does. We have to go out there and be prepared to be very sound fundamentally. We will know what they're doing offensively, and we will be prepared to stop what they're doing. And offensively, we're going to know what they're going to line up in defensively. But to us, it's about us lining up and executing each and every day and doing the things we need to do. And big thing is, big emphasis is going forward is going to be special teams, because obviously that was our big failure this past week that really was the difference in the football game.
Really, I think the biggest thing about us was going out against Plano. We went out and we got after them at the beginning. We didn't wait or nothing like that. We got straight after them. And I feel like if we did that with Keller, I feel like we'd be just fine.
Reporting for Hawk TV, I'm Melissa Gonzalez.
Thanks, Melissa. The team plays tonight against Keller Fossil Ridge at home at 7. The game will also be senior night.
As district quickly approaches for cross country, the team has set goals for the upcoming season. I got to take a closer look at how they've been preparing.
Cross country has been practicing every morning to better prepare themselves for district on October 18th. Senior Ross McKee shares the team's goals for district this year.
I think this year we have a really strong team. Hopefully our goal is to make it to state this year. Last year we missed it by a few spots at regionals, so this year we're hoping to come back with solid, good team and make it there this year.
Junior McKenna Leckleitner says that although a majority of the former seniors have left the team still remains strong.
Last year we had a lot of good seniors. This year we lost a lot of them. So we only have 2 seniors, but we have a really good top 10. They work really hard. So I'd say this year we can definitely be better than last year.
Coach Lana Sokup, the new assistant cross-country coach, says she hopes the students are motivated and support each other throughout the year.
What I hope motivates students to push forward is definitely just being there for their teammates and just performing at their just peak performance by the time district gets here.
Along with the team goals, McKee has set individual goals for the year.
I hope to qualify for state individually. I think that was one of my goals last year, and I came a little bit short at regionals, but I think I can do it this year.
Leckleitner says the team tries to stay positive and believe in themselves and each other.
We're always working really hard to keep a positive mindset and tell yourself that you can do anything.
Pop TV, I'm Ava Caballero-Romo.
Cross country will have their next meet September 21st at Myers Park in Lovejoy.
In other sports news, tennis competes tonight against Plano East at 5.
And the girls' golf team plays its first tournament of the season today and tomorrow in Glen Rose.
That's it for today's episode. I'm Michelle Yu.
And I'm Ava Caballero-Romo. Have any story suggestions? Email us down below.
And follow us on Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram.